Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, this is Reads with Lauren, and thank you so much for being here. I have decided to venture into the world of 24-hour readathons. I'm already quite tired, but it is 9:16 in the morning and I decided that it would be a good idea. I've got a couple of days at home with not many plans, maybe a bit of tidying around the house, and I thought this is a great opportunity to get onto some reading. So I've got a few books here that I'd like to work my way through, kind of trying to get through the classics in my book collection. I do have a read or chuck out challenge coming up very soon, so I'll be working my way through a lot of my books during that. But these are some books that I have started or I am hoping to start in the next 24 hours. It would be amazing if I could finish most of them. One is a short story collection, so I won't put pressure on myself to do that one. But I thought this would be a cool chance for us to give this a red hot go. Now, because I am so tired and I am in my 30s, I need my sleep. So instead of reading solidly for a 24-hour period, I thought that I would just attempt to read 24 hours out of the next, say, 36 hours. So there will probably be a little bit of sleeping in between. Otherwise, I will be absolutely wrecked for next week and school starts back. The last thing I need is no sleep on top of a hectic schedule. But here are the books that I'm hoping to read during this 24 hours, even if it's just making a start on them. The first one is The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I really want to get started on this one. I have heard great things. I loved the movie. So that is one that will be started in the next couple of days. I've also got Beloved by Toni Morrison. This one is going to break me. So there may be tears. And then I've started two books. So this one is time travel short stories. I wanted to venture into some more classical sci-fi time travel kind of stories, but I wasn't sure where to start. I saw this. This has some chapters from classic books so that I can have a look through them, read the first couple of chapters, see if it's something I want to pursue further. But there are also a couple of stories in here that are published for the first time. I've had some success so far. I think I've read about 6 stories, but I'm hoping to read a couple more of those. And this book is one that I've started, and what prompted me to get excited about a read it or chuck it challenge, because I picked up randomly a couple of my books off my bookshelf from my TBR jar and started reading them, thinking that, you know, I would only get a couple of chapters in and be able to decide which one I wanted to read further. That does mean that I have 3 books that I've started that I need to finish now. And one of them is Spiderlight by Sarah Rain. I'd never heard of this one before, but based on what I've read so far, it is about a woman and she is a doctor and something has happened to cause her to stop being able to work in that field. I believe there's been quite a bit of loss. A significant event has occurred, and so she is heading off into this small town, trying to get away from everything, make a fresh start, and I think it catches up with her. So it's random, it's not quite classic, it's just one I randomly picked up off the bookshelf, but I thought it would be a good chance for a bit of change of pace if I don't feel like reading the classics. I'm a massive mood reader, so I will pick up books, put them down, pick up another book, read a few chapters, go back to another one. So this could be a hot mess. So I will be doing some more recorded vlogs about the read and chucking out challenges that I plan on doing in the next couple of months. But yeah, for now, let's make a start. I'm so nervous. I do so much reading on weekends usually, but I feel like having a timer on myself is going to make this so much harder. But I'm going to finish my coffee, get myself set up on the couch, and by then it'll be 9:30. I will make a start. I will set the timer. We'll do it all together. Let's do it. Okay, so because I am recording with my phone, here is a record to say that it is now 9:29, about to be 9:30. I'm going to sit down and make a start on my reading now. I do have a St. Mary's Chronicles book that I am so close to finishing, so I'm going to start off by reading that, and then we'll have a look together and see if there is a classic book in my Kindle that I could also make a start on. It's a bit of an overwhelming TBR for the 24 hours, but I think we can at least get through a couple of books. So I'll finish the Chronicles and then let's have a look together and see what else I'll read on the Kindle. Okay, cool. And let's start. There's only 12 minutes left in this book. It's so little left. So I will talk to you soon. Okay, so that's finishing the 10th book in the series, the St. Mary's Chronicles, and we have been reading for 10 minutes and 24 seconds. So let's find a book on the Kindle that sort of fits the theme, the kind of theme we're going for. So I found a couple that I think would be good. We've got the Little Sprued series, Parable of the Sower or Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I think that I might go with Giovanni's Room. Let's make a start on one of our other books, and I think it's time to make a start on The Virgin Suicides. So let's get some more reading in. 10 minutes only done so far. 23 hours and 50 minutes to go. Alright, I am up to page 115 of The Virgin Suicides, almost halfway through. So far it's just been a fairly deep exploration into this family after the youngest has committed suicide, and it's from the perspective of a group of boys that the girls went to school with, so obviously it's very teenage boy minded. It was written in the early 90s, so it hasn't aged very well. However, I am enjoying it so far. So yeah, I'm going to take a break for now. It is 11:30. I thought that I could make myself some lunch and then jump on an audiobook. I'll have a look and see if I've got anything that I would consider classical that I could listen to while I spend a few hours just doing a few things around the house. The laundry is in a right state, so it needs the whole house needs a good mop. So I thought I could spend an hour or so listening to an audio during that, but I'm going to make some lunch first. So let's go do that. Fish in the air fryer. I've got salad all laid out, ready to start getting ready. I thought while I'm getting myself organised for lunch, while I eat lunch, while I do a bit of a tidy, I'll listen to an audiobook. I've decided to go with Dracula. I've said this in a previous video, but I've definitely read this book before. However, I have very little memory of it, so whether I actually finished it is another story entirely. So I'm going to pop in my headphones, make up some lunch, do a bit of a tidy up, listen to some Dracula while I'm at it, and we will go from there. Lunch and Dracula. We have just hit the 2 hour mark. Okay. Tidying is done for the day. So now I get to just rest and read. I'm up to chapter 5 of Dracula, page 83. I'm enjoying the book so far. Give me the right sort of vibes. I picked Dracula to, give me a little bit of a thriller sort of vibe, and that seems to be delivering it so far. So, see how we are in an hour. Some mood lighting. Okay. So that's the Virgin Suicides complete. 4 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, that was an interesting read. As I've said in the past, I have seen the movie many times. It used to be one of my favorites, which is quite a disturbing thought. I thought this would be a great opportunity to delve a bit deeper, and it is a good book. I didn't mind it. It is definitely written for its time. It hasn't aged particularly well. If you haven't read The Virgin Suicides, it is a book about a family with 5 daughters, the youngest having taken their own life, and it's an insight into the depression and the impacts of that suicide to the family for the next 12 months. And not all great without any spoilers, but I assume you can imagine, and it is made very clear within the first chapter that all of the daughters end up taking their own life. It was great. However, the perspective of the obsessed teenage boys was a little hard to read at times, but I did enjoy it. I think that I'm probably going to give it a 3.5. I think it was good. I liked the writing style. Yeah. So that's The Virgin Suicides done. Now, I could go on to Dracula, or I could read a couple of short stories, or I could continue with Spiderlight. I have too many options. So I think what I might do is I might read a couple of short stories and see how I go from there. We're almost at 5 hours. Just another quick little update. We're at 5.5 hours on the clock, and I have just managed to finish several stories in the time travel short stories collection. The Shape of My Name by Nino Cipri, which was interesting. I liked that one. Then we had The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. We had chapter 4. I had never read it before. I've read Charles Dickens. I struggled with his writing style, and I don't know that I would continue or go back and read the full story. I already know quite a lot about it. So that was okay. It was just a chapter of that. And then there was a couple of really short stories. Hostage by Kate Estabrooks and Try Again by K.L. Evangelista. They were both really good, but I'm going to take a little break from the short story collection, and I think I might read some more Dracula. Do I want to do that? So I think the next book that I will be giving a go is Spiderlight by Sarah Rain. It's not fitting within the classic theme, but I'd like to get a little bit further into it and see if it's any good. I'm currently 28 pages in. There is 407 pages, but I have a feeling I should be able to get this done by the end of the day. So check in with you soon. Okay, wow. I am up to chapter 11, page 85 of Spiderlight by Sarah Rain, and wow. I don't know when I picked this up, but it's full on. There's a lot going on. It's centering around this house called Choir House, and the first person that we met was Antonia, and she has just come out of jail for the unaliving of her husband. And her husband's sister, we've just discovered, is somehow connected to Choir House and kind of has this revenge plan out against Antonia. But it's also heading back into like the past and the people that used to live at Choir House, and one of them was a mistress, one of them was a woman that worked at a mental asylum, and she's got people visiting, and her cousin are quite vile, and they're doing some very questionable, not even questionable, fucking wrong things. I'm so intrigued. So I thought I'd do a quick little update and let you guys know that this is still hooking me in, and I'm excited to keep reading it. I'd love to know if you have read this, because I've never heard of it before. There's not many ratings on Goodreads. The writing's interesting and it's full on and there's a lot happening, but I'm hooked. 100 pages in. I wasn't going to update you so soon, but what the hell? This is going in a direction I did not expect. And I highly recommend looking up trigger warnings. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. Oh boy. 8 hours and 13 minutes down. I am 208 pages into Spiralight, and I just have to say, what is happening? The person I thought was the husband is not the husband. The sister is not the husband's sister. I had it all wrong. They definitely set me up. I am still really enjoying it. It's wild. It's crazy. Trigger warnings, 1000%. There are some very messed up people in this book, let me tell you. So yeah, I'm going to keep reading. 8 hours down. That means only 16 to go. I'm a third of the way through and it's just hit 7:30, so not doing too bad so far. But yeah, I'm going to keep on reading and see what else happens with all the crazy that's going on. All right, I'm gonna keep going. That, my friends, is the first 10 hours done. I have had a bath. I'm all settled, ready to hop into bed and start my evening reading. If I manage. I don't know if you can tell that I'm quite tired. I'm up to page 322 of the book. It is spinning me out, to be completely honest with you. It's kind of like I'm glad I went in blind because I have no idea what's happening. And based upon the back, it's really focusing on Antonia, who, you know, has just come out of jail. She's headed to this small town to get a little bit of respite as she merges back into life outside prison, right? But there is so much more going on in this book. And there are some evil people, and justice is served, and tales are spun, and I am really enjoying it. I don't know if I'll finish it. I'll try. I'd like to finish it tonight, so that I can get started on Beloved, or reading a little bit more of Dracula, or even making a start on Giovanni's Room. We'll see. But yeah, so now I'm just going to curl up with my book, try and read a little bit more, and I'll talk to you again soon. Oh, good morning, everyone. Another day. Good morning. It is Sunday morning and I managed to read 12 hours yesterday. So I have another 12 hours today. This felt like a much more achievable task yesterday. But we had a lot of good results. So I managed to finish The Virgin Suicides, which was good. I give it about 3.5 stars. I managed to finish Spiderlight. Insane. Nothing like what I expected. Very interesting mystery thriller that I'd never even heard of before. So really, really good. I got to chapter 5, which is page 83 in this hard copy, large print Dracula. And we also read a few of the short stories from the Gothic Time Travel Short Stories collection. And I believe that I read about 50 pages. Almost 60 pages out of that one. Plus, I started Giovanni's Room last night and I've read about 30%. It's looking pretty good so far. I am enjoying his writing style. I've gotten partway through a lot of the TVR. I still have quite a bit. But yeah, I don't know that I really spoke to you about Spiderlight, so let's talk about this a bit more. It is a mystery thriller. We think it centers on Antonia, but it's actually multi-POV, and it ends up in 2 different timelines based upon this cottage and the area that she is staying in. So there is this amazing plot. It all sort of centers around this tiny little village and the mill that is in the center of the village. And it's really fascinating how they brought it all together. One of the multi-POVs was kind of just, I understood it being there, but I didn't feel that it was really connected to the story in a way. I was waiting for like a big shocking moment where they'd be like, and this is why this person's point of view has been told throughout the whole book, but it wasn't what I hoped. But otherwise, I really enjoyed it. I couldn't put it down. So I would probably give this like 4 stars, which is a massive shock for me because I don't even think I spent more than $1 on it at a market or somewhere. And it was really good. Really, really good. So, yeah. Today I'm going to drink my coffee and read for a little longer while I'm having my coffee. And then it's just another day of reading. I'd never thought I'd say that I'm kind of over it. But we've got another 12 hours to go. We can do it. We can do it. And I have plenty of great reading material. So let's see how we go, hey? Happy Sunday. All right. Alrighty, it's lunchtime. I am almost so close to the 15-hour mark, and I have finished 202 pages of Dracula. I'm up to chapter 12, and I am enjoying it so far. I listened to it while I was getting ready and organizing the house for the day, and it was good. It was really good. So I also read a little bit of Giovanni's Room, and I'm going to jump into that now, I think, and then we're going to go from there. But I just thought I'd check in and let you guys know that I'm working my way through. I seem to be doing okay. I'm getting my way through these books. So got about 9 hours left, and I think that I can probably finish at least one more book in the next 9 hours. So I'll keep you posted. I have just finished Giovanni's Room, and oh my goodness, that hit me harder than I thought. That was so incredibly good. I'm so glad that I picked it up, and I'm definitely going to read more of his works. Still got 7 and a bit hours to go, so I'm going to make myself some lunch. It's 1:30, and I'm going to listen to a bit more of Dracula, and then I think I'm going to make a start on Beloved. So I have a feeling I'm going to be crying by the end of today, but we'll see how it goes. I am on the home stretch. 1 hour to go, and I am 242 pages into Beloved and 331 pages into Dracula. So I don't know if I'll be finishing them tonight, but 1 hour to go. Oh my goodness. 1 hour to go. Oh my goodness. I did it. I did it. But I've only got 12 pages left of Beloved, so I am going to continue my timer, and I'm going to finish this book. Finished. And officially did 24 hours and 10 minutes. Holy moly. That was a lot of reading. I seem to be able to read loads till I'm timed. And then I've never timed myself reading before, and that was definitely a mission, but we got there in the end, and what an amazing result, actually, now that I'm looking at the books. I did spend a lot of time listening to audios today so I could get some stuff done. For example, shaving the sides of my head. This top bit is starting to grow out and I don't know what to do with it, so it's sitting all funky. If anyone's got any tips, please pass them on, because I don't know how I'm going to deal with the in-between stage as I'm growing my hair back out again. But completely random. But anyway, let's go through what we read in the 24-hour period. My goodness. Let's go in order of what I read. So, in 24 hours, I read The Virgin Suicides. 3.5 stars. Not bad at all. and that was 249 pages. Then I read about 60 pages of the time travel short stories. They were actually pretty decent. I would give an overall so far on this book about 3.5 stars, but the ones that I read during this 24 hours, 4 stars. Then I finished Spiderlight by Sarah Rain, 4 stars. Insane. Never would have picked this up otherwise, and I'm glad that I picked it up. It ended up being such a good book. And that was 410 pages. 407 pages. Close enough. Then, thanks to my audiobook, we got through 330 pages of Dracula. That's a fair chunk, so I'm pretty happy with that result. Good so far. I don't think it'll take me long to finish it. Lots of points of view. I thought I'd read this. I definitely had only read the first bit because there are so many different perspectives and I don't recall any of them. So I'm sure that I only read the very beginning way back when I read it last time, which was like 12 years ago. But yeah, great so far. And I'm glad that I finally picked it up. And last but not least, Beloved by Toni Morrison. Wow. So totally not what I expected. I didn't end up crying, by the way. Not even a tear the whole 24 hours. So if you have any recommendations of books that will make me cry, please do let me know, because I love a good cry every now and then. But this was a really interesting read. It really delved into, you know, the mistreatment in the 1800s and, you know, what you do as a parent to get them away from that and to keep them away from that. Really interesting read, 4 stars. So, and how many pages was that? 325. So just thinking about it, that works out to be about 1,350 pages read in the last 24 hours. That's insane. It's quite late now on Sunday. I officially did 12 hours of reading yesterday, 12 hours of reading today. It's been fun. It's been tiring. I'm looking forward to being a lot more active this week after 2 full days of not doing a whole lot. But that is it from me. Thank you so much for joining me on this vlog, my first reading vlog. If you liked it, please let me know. Please like and subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to reading next, if you have any future plans of reading vlogs. And if you've ever attempted a 24-hour reading vlog, please let me know how you went. I've seen a lot of them and I thought that this would be quite easy, and I don't understand how people do it for a full 24 hours without sleep, because that's insanity. But anyway, have a really great week and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, darlings.